Hi there. You can get a lot out of a formal analysis of a painting. A formal analysis is just looking at what's going on in the painting itself from a compositional point of view, sometimes looking at the brushwork or the way that the figures are arranged, without even knowing very much about the history. Let's take a look at Las Meninas in the Prado in Spain and go to their website to see how that works. We're here at the Prado Museum's website, and I've searched for the term Las Meninas because it's a painting that I want to show you in some detail. It's discussed in our module. I want to go through a compositional analysis of the painting and to talk to you about why it is so unique. Let me just first show you how we can zoom around and zoom in and out using this feature that they've built into the image itself. That gives us a broad look of the painting. I can click on this little hamburger icon. I can explore the painting itself from a contextual point of view in terms of Spanish art leading up to the 1800s, and I can also contextualize it with what comes afterwards. I can even see it along a timeline. If I click timeline here, this is a really great tool to show you at a glance what the entire collection of the Prado looks like chronologically. And this can be very difficult for people new to art history because they don't understand when things happened in relation to other things. So we can see that along this timeline they've got some early medieval work, some Renaissance, and then Baroque paintings here in the 1600s. And then some romantic work in the 1800s, and you can explore each and every one of these. Here's Las Meninas on that scale. Now, as I go back to the museum's website, if I scroll down, you'll see that it belongs in room 12. And if I click on room 12, it will also show us what else is in that room. So this is a really good way to visually move around the Prado Museum as though you were there. You can click on any one of these paintings, get a better description and a better view of it. You can see that you can also download the image for personal or commercial use. The painting itself seems to be, straightforwardly enough, a collection of sitters surrounded by the Infanta Margarita, who was the first daughter of Philip IV, King of Spain, and his second wife, Maria. And we can see that she's surrounded by two ladies in waiting, some small people who are part of the court entourage, her bodyguard, a nun, and a footman in the rear. The room itself is divided up along these lines: horizontal, vertical, and orthogonal lines. This orthogonal line extends all the way down and through the Infanta herself. Then, of course, we've got the back of this painting that is strangely here in this side of the picture. Who is standing in front of it but Velázquez, the artist himself, with palette and paintbrush in hand. He is looking out at us, though it seems that he's painting the Infanta. And surrounded by them, of course, are a variety of paintings that were in the collection of the royal family. If we look at the eye line of where everyone is looking, we'll see that Velázquez is looking out this way. The Infanta is looking sideways, also in this direction, with her head slightly turned, looking at us coyishly. And we see that the two ladies in waiting are looking directly at the Infanta, which gives us the idea that she's the subject of this painting. In fact, that's not the case at all. Many years ago, this painting was cleaned, And it was discovered that these paintings in the background were surrounded by a mirror that we see here. That there are two people in that picture, in that mirror. And they are, in fact, the parents of the Infanta, who are Philip IV and his second wife, Maria. Now we can see quite clearly that it is Velázquez and the Infanta who are looking out at us. They meet directly below the subjects in the mirror, who are actually standing in our space, the space of the viewer. This painting, therefore, recognizes that there is life outside of it. It's breaking the fourth wall of its own construction, and it's looking out at the viewer's space, creating a coextensive space between the space of the painting, the fictional but representative space of the court, and the space outside of the painting, which is also the space of the court. This painting was not painted for general consumption. It was painted for the court, for the king and his family themselves, so they can see themselves reflected in their own space in a very clever kind of compositional way that Velázquez worked out for them. So there you go. You can see that just by engaging in the act of looking with a little bit of practice, you don't need to know a ton of history of painting or art history at all to be able to really enjoy something that you're looking at.